We appreciate your time, that you're committed in your commitment to Mayville School District, and hopefully the board will continue their commitment towards this as well.
So thank you very much and good luck. And
Thank you.
Great to see the participation.
Thanks for coming.
Yes.
Come back and give us a good report.
Yeah.
We are gonna,
Well, and come back and give us a report after March.
We're happy to just put us on the agenda and
Yeah.
let us know. We'll let you know how the the state was.
Sure.
Okay. Awesome.
Thank you, everybody.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Okay, Becky, do you have anything to?
I will speak to today's event, and I'm sure there'll be others who will speak to it as well, but today was called Spring into Its Success. It was a multi-district professional development day, kind of a rejuvenation in the middle of February for our district, surrounding districts. I believe at Slinger High School today, there were about 12 school districts represented.
24.
Between Neenah and Slinger, there were two different sites. We had nationally known speakers, we had breakout sessions for all of the teachers to participate in, and enough variety that all of our staff members had something they could go and they could learn from today. It was a fabulous event. I stepped away having had some very powerful sessions that I got to be a part of, and I think it was a good day just to kind of rejuvenate. So that is from the district end. From Parkview end, we are in the process of welcoming and meeting our future 4K kids. We've got a 5K roundup coming up, as well as a 4K literacy night. This is the first time we've tried this. All of the 4K sites have chosen an author. 4K families are doing some sort of a report or way of highlighting a project for that particular author. And on the same night that we are welcoming, doing a 5K roundup, kind of a screening and introducing 4K families about what 5K is about. We're also going to be celebrating our little artists and our watching their presentations of their book reports on their different authors. So we have that coming forward as well.
All right.
can I ask you a question?
Please.
Yeah, I don't know if you got my email on basically future thinking this through, as far as maybe taking a look at not just opening it up to, hey, you gotta be this old and you can come to this, but actually thinking even more, opening it up to 3-year-olds, 2-year-olds, stuff like that, just so we can start helping these families start thinking about that much earlier.
So we are a co-sponsor right now. We're working with Open Door, and they're promoting and coordinating more than we are. They're taking the lead. We're a partner. Elevating Parenting workshop. And that's for like birth to graduation.
Oh, I'm talking,
So
when you guys register and stuff, even invite somebody. I'm thinking in my mind, and I might be
right, but I want to provide something for them because they're not going to come.
Okay.
If I have a baby, I'm not
And I don't
going
know.
to 4K.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Or information or something like that.
And frankly, I don't know if it has a very specific purpose for the event.
Sure.
Now, family outreach, parent engagement, absolutely. Can we do more? We started with our toddlers even before they come into school. I think there's a major trend in seeing schools looking at that in a different way.
I think that's more in line of what.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give a major thumbs up to that, because that's what I think we have to do. We've got to engage with our parents even before they come to 4K. It's that early literacy skills that society needs to get all on board for, because it's that disparity of, did we raise the child with the device, see you later, or were they actually spending 25, 30 minutes a day, more even possibly, reading to the child, exposing them to text? You know, because that's one of the things I think is happening. There's a major shift in mental health in society, and it's a nationwide thing, and I think it's related to parenting and how we're engaged with kids at a young age. And so we need to do more just in general with how are we connecting with our kids, how are we supporting them to be school ready when they come here. I mean, already 4K is not what it once was, you know, when it first started. So 5K it's about rigor and relevancy already in the curriculum. So it's a lot of pressure on schools. So it all just keeps coming down. But in the meantime, yes, I agree with you. I just think that night's not specifically for
Oh,
that.
absolutely.
But we
Yeah,
do
so
have-
maybe I'm not understanding that portion of it, I don't understand all the dynamics.
That's
But I'm hoping that
specifically-
we are doing something more to engage parents earlier, making sure we're getting our 4K students enrolled and stuff.
Yep. That's what's really important. Get them enrolled so we know, so we can properly staff and program.
Exactly.
Lee, just a couple things for you. A quick reminder that the FFA breakfast, the FFA alumni breakfast, I should say, will be held Sunday, March 3rd, up in the high school cafeteria. Dick, what time do you start serving? I always forget.
20 after 8,
There you go.
because they can't wait till 8:30.
So that'll be held on that Sunday. Couple events up at school. The regional season has started for basketball. Our boys team received a 10 seed, so they'll be traveling to Winneconne next Tuesday evening. And this Friday, our girls who received a 3 seed will be hosting the winner of Winneconne and Amro. And obviously, at this point in the season, you need to win to go on. So both have a good chance to get into that next round. Our annual incoming 9th grade elective course selection night was held last Monday. We had the highest turnout we have ever had. All but 6 families of incoming freshmen were able to make it that Monday. And then Chris Pasick and I met with 4 of the 6 that couldn't 2 nights later. So we had some conflicts, so we came back 2 nights later. So literally all but 2 students were able to come up and visit our elected teachers. And we changed the format a little this year. In the past, our staff used to go down to the middle school, do a presentation during the middle school day. And this year what we did was we held a presentation at 4:30 and as well as 6 for parents and kids alike in between tours of the building and other presentations by staff. So it was really a wonderful night, and what that leads to is hopefully by this Friday, all incoming 9th through 12th graders will have their courses selected, put into the computer, and then we can start working on the master schedule as early as next week. So we're really looking forward to that. But I need to thank a couple people, Chris Pasick, certainly for her work behind the scenes, and Sam Teeters. Lately, we've had a lot of events, some reschedules, and Sam has done a wonderful job of getting information out to parents and community via Facebook, Twitter, and as well as the home page. Scholarships for seniors were all due last Friday, so their scholarship season is upon us. And over the next couple months, decisions will be made, all leading toward the Senior Awards Night in May. This Wednesday, we'll be holding the ACT test, which is the junior statewide test. All juniors on this Wednesday will be taking the ACT. And then all juniors will sit for the work keys on Thursday. And we have already started to put in our preparations for any weather issues that affect the ACT. Hopefully we don't have any, but we're prepared to deal with that. And then we'll be taking care of the Aspire testing in April and May. And what we have planned for the Aspire testing, which is the ACT suite basically for 9th and 10th graders, is we're going to revolve some job shadow visits to corporations and companies and businesses, while the freshmen and sophomore are testing. The juniors and seniors will get a chance to get out to community partners, as well as we're going to have our career day on April 30th. So while we're testing the 9th and 10th graders, we're giving our juniors and seniors a chance to get out and visit either colleges or business partners. Prom night will be held the first Saturday in May, which is its traditional time. Mr. Siegert is our class advisor. He is working hard with our juniors to finalize everything for that Saturday night.
They're gonna do the same site again?
What they'll be doing is they'll be having the dance up at the golf course
Okay.
at 9 o'clock to midnight, and then the students have chosen to use the middle school for post-prom.
Dinner, is it a dinner dance combo?
It is a dinner dance combo for those that want to make it a dinner dance combo. Others have the option to go eat other places. We want to give them
That's good.
both an option. All right, thank you, Lee. Thank you.
Possible future action items. Any unfinished business? New business, we have resolution 1819-157, approval to hire Ashley Hanson, part-time special education paraprofessional at Parkland. Motion by Moore,
Second.
second by Ron. Becky?
Yep, so we had a need to increase the support that we had within our early childhood program. Early childhood is a different creature than other classes in that we get learners as they turn the age of 3 throughout the course of a school year. So where we start the school year out this year at 4 kids, as learners are leaving the Birth to 3 program and qualifying for us to take them on as a school district, we are now at 10 little ones that come to our school every day throughout the course of the week to be part of our early childhood program. That being said, in the past week you normally had 3 individuals who support that program. This year we had those 3 rotate either between early childhood with the 3-year-olds, and we've got early childhood kids who are also in 4-year-old kindergarten at St. Mary's. And they rotate their time. So we needed a 3rd body to put inside of that early childhood room, which is where the hire of Ashley Hansen comes into play. Ashley's going to be joining our special education team. She'll be there in the mornings, supporting the special ed students. We are looking forward to having her. She has had experience worth helping out in homes, giving assistance to individuals within their homes. She has been a home daycare individual, and she is very much looking forward to getting back into that role of working with kids and being part of our team. She's a firecracker, and I'm excited to have her working with our kids.
Are we getting FTE credit for the re-units and stuff like that, or?
Yes and no. So at this time of the year, it does impact our aid. It
Yeah.
doesn't get, we don't get credit like on the, in the 3rd Friday count. So
Right.
it doesn't get included in your revenue limit. But they take a 2nd Friday count in the month of January.
So we're
So
getting
we do get credit there.
0.25 maybe out of the 0.50?
And we do get, as far as aid goes, for
Okay.
next year. So it impacts the equalized aid that we'll get for the 2019-20 school year, which is a good thing.
Yep.
The other part too is the special education expense.
Sure.
We get back, as long as we don't use federal dollars, we still get back, I'll say about 26% of that for the next school year as far as categorical aid back on.
Okay.
You do
Is
get
that
that.
in the speech?
Early childhood? Not the ARTIC kids. It includes the speech kids that have language goals. So in terms of receptive language and expressive language, those speech kids would qualify for early childhood services and would be part of that program. The articulation kids, that's called itinerant speech, and they work with Colleen or the speech specialists or speech pathologist at a different time.
Yep, those little ones just actually will just come in
Yeah,
for
like a
that
half
little
hour
bit of time. So versus qualifying to be a part of the program. They are part of the program, but that's itinerant, like
That's
Becky said,
itinerant,
just
yeah.
a little bit.
Any other questions? Norm? Aye.
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 Aye. Motion carried 7-0. Resolution 1819-158, approval wage increase, Joanna Vanderschaft for lead special education position. Need a motion? Norm? Second by Joe.
Okay, I'll speak to this one. All right, so Kara Emerson, she joined our team last school year and is a special education staff member, very strong, doing a great job. Is going back to school for her license. She currently is licensed in the state to be Director of Pupil Services. So she's shifting into the role, no additional compensation for her, but she is making a move to help lead, and her future position will be Pupil Services Director / Special Education Support. So earlier in the school year, you did approve a stipend for her duties, doing a great job, and we've made a decision just to kind of eke that along a little bit more. And she's already traveling between buildings, and when she's traveling in buildings, this position as lead special education aide reflects some of the dialogue that has already been brought up to the Board of Education as far as looking at compensation for some of the positions that have an extra scoop of responsibilities. So we look at this position, so Ms. Amundsen is traveling to the middle school most of the time. That's where she's at if she's not at Parkview. So when she's at the middle school, we definitely need a go-to. And as far as there's a Cardinal Connection room for our emotional students, so they're looking for support. So she's our go-to for that. And that was very specifically one of the areas we were talking about making a wage increase. So with Kara's recommendation, I'm bringing forward a $1.50 increase for this position. It is for the rest of this school year. It goes into effect, a little bit of retroactive stuff to February 1st. That's when Kara really started to do some of the movement, and we knew the direction that we were recommending that we go. So it really starts February 1st, that extra $1.50 for the rest of the school year. What's important is that we'll probably still have some restructuring. So the lead special education aide position is a duty, and it may not, it's not a permanent for a specific person. So it's a job that we're kind of created, and with that, it could have a different person in that role the following year. I highly doubt it. She's very skilled, doing an exceptional job there, so that probably is her forever place, but just putting it out there.
Are we concerned about our meeting at some point with
Joanna? Nope, we're taking care of her. It would probably be if we don't start to do things like this that we'd be concerned about her leaving. The other way around. So she's very committed to the district. She's actually been meeting with me probably once every 2 months. We've been meeting, representing support staff, just bringing in voice of the people. She's been excellent. So
And she's the lead special education aide then?
for Parkview only.
For Parkview only.
Correct.
What is the other?
We do not have them because we're not looking at that staffing level yet.
Yeah.
So this is our pilot here, is what it is.
I'd like to amend this to 2018-19 hourly wage to reflect $14.50 an hour with retroactive increase to go to $2 an hour.
So you want to amend it to $14.50 an hour?
Correct.
And then to go to $2? For what, for next year?
No, it'll be for now.
For this.
For this year? For
Correct.
this year.
Where would that fit on our?
First of all, is there a second to that?
I guess I'll second it so I could ask the
Sure.
question.
Okay. Now,
Where would that salary then fit on our labor grade scale?
That's a pretty wide labor grade. So we intentionally have it, we raised the bottom up to $12.50, I
It
believe.
was $12.50.
$12.50, and this is an additional $1.50 onto that. So she was actually at the bottom. And now, I'm not concerned about the extra 50 cents. And it's not really precedent setting considering this is a pilot for us. So it's just about to grab a calculator and do the math on the impact. It's not significant. We do get back 26% of that the following school year again. So I'm always cup half full when it comes to that.
any other discussion on the amendment?
I know she'll very much appreciate it.
So what we're voting on now is amending the resolution to state that you will get an additional $2 per hour this year, and then next year the amount would be, the low point would be $14.50 a month, or an hour, sorry.
Yeah, Jim second.
Jim
Oh,
seconded.
Jim seconded it. Oh, okay.
So we're voting on amending it. Joe?
Aye.
Aye.
No.
Aye.
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 Motion carries 5-2. To amend it. Now, any discussion on the amended motion? We're going to be voting on the amended motion now that it has changed to an additional $2 an hour for this year, and the base for next year will be $14.50 an hour.
Is that just for her position?
Just
For
as
that
one.
position.
For that position.
That-
For the
One.
lead special education aide So you'd have to remove the name, and it's about the lead special education name.
One second. Norm?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Motion carried 6-1. Thank you. Resolution 1819159, approval of increase in FTE for Ken Cartman, who is here tonight.
I'll move.
Motion by Norm, seconded by,
Second.
who's got it? Dick.
I'd rather save time, put his phone.
Okay, this is just an explanation, I guess,
I'll
that
deal with that later.
he's been actually doing.
Yeah, Lee can speak to it.
Okay.
At the end of last year, when they put the schedule together, there was one second semester course, our Woods construction course, that was kind of in flux based on the enrollment numbers. So we let it sit, and as we headed into the second semester, Mr. Cartman was full-time first semester and would have been part-time teaching 5 out of 6 in the second semester. As we headed into the second semester, due to the enrollment increase of kids hopping into that class over the year, we were able to divide that into 2 sections because we were up in near the 30 range in a Woods class. And what we try to do is that we can keep those at about 18 or less. So right now we're running a section of, I believe it's 17 and I think it's 16 and 14 instead of that section of 30 that we would have had. And because it fit into Ken's schedule, we were able to do that pretty minimal cost in relation to what we were already paying him. And the other benefit to it is that we would have had some kids with schedule conflicts that would end up dropping the course because it was up against something else, and by adding the section, we were able to keep more kids in our tech ed program, so that's where we're at.
Any questions for Lee on this increase in FTE?
So .05 is one classroom, one class period?
For one semester, yeah.
Anything else? Norm?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried 7-0. Resolution 1819160, approval of MOU for Tammy Dale Literacy Intervention Support Services.
So moved.
Motion by Dick,
Second.
second by Joe. Speak to this one?
Okay, so Carrie Matheson has stepped up, and she has a small stipend this school year for to be curriculum coordinator. And with that, she has many duties that we have assigned, and she's been doing a wonderful job of balancing it. Well, we happen to engage with Tammy Dale. She recently retired from Mayville School District. She was a literacy interventionist for us. And she reached out to me, actually said, hey, happy to sub here. I'm also willing to look at providing some extra support. What do you think? I'm like, well, hold on a second. Really? That sounds like a great idea based upon the dollar amount that we had agreed to. So a long-term sub for us is $120 an hour. This is just a little bit more than what a long-term sub is paid. And we're getting a licensed, highly qualified interventionist coming and supporting us. Specifically 2 days a week. We're going to put them back to back for consistency working with students. So we are right now at the point where we're getting into the assessment window for the school year, and that is one of the lead projects that Carrie has been committed to helping us with this winter and spring. So when we talked about ideas on how we could benefit from this, one, it's only for this school year. So this is just to wrap up some of the really important work that we're doing. So number one, co-planning for specific targeted interventions for grades 6 through 8. So in our middle school students, supporting intervention there. Right now, Carrie is wearing many hats and providing the title support to our private schools also. and supporting specifically grades 6 through 8, so it's just making sure you get a little bit more support here. Leading interventions based upon iReady data, that just goes along